What's up, UPL friends? This is your season rankings from Rock Hands and the awesome Jake.
What is up, friends? How you doing?
All right, so me and Jake have gonna take over this ranking things because I just think that I'm a little bit more brutal and I don't care about your guys' feelings. So I like to judge people. And if you guys want to leave nasty comments down below, I'm just gonna love it. So please do
Also,
it.
we hate when Tyler does the rankings because he's stupid.
Yeah,
No,
and tries to be
I
so
mean,
politically correct and nice. God, whatever. Everyone
jerk,
wins. Yeah.
trying to
So
be fun. He's always trying to be funny too. We're trying to be realistic here.
right,
We're trying to be realistic.
we're bringing the datas, right? Uh,
Got all the data
yeah.
ready to go.
So week one is totally going to be a little bit different from all the other weeks, just because we're not grading people on their skills or on their on what else on their
Just like
capability with their team.
they're prepping their battle skills.
Yeah,
We're just gonna go through and talk about the teams and what we think
yeah, and
and
they're
kind of how they
judged.
gel.
Yeah, because we're definitely going to have teams super low on here that will make the playoffs just because the coaches are that good. But their team is the shits, so we're going to tell them they're the shits. And they're
But
just going to.
I'm just gonna say it right now. Ninetales is missing playoffs. I'm calling it. He's missing playoffs.
he's just going to. Well, he's going to take, I don't play him this season. Do you play him?
Yeah, I do actually. I
All
think I
right.
play him in one of the later weeks, like
Oh,
week
that's
eight
it.
or nine.
So you want to get him early so you can, like, crush his spirit and stuff like that?
I wish. I wish.
Yeah, it would help out a lot with that. Uh,
But anyway, you want to explain to him a little bit what we're doing here, how we did it. Basically, we had our own rankings and we averaged them. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, you basically just said it. But yeah, so me and Jake both went through all the teams and we put down what we thought was their grade wise on them. And you'll see it on the video, each of our grades separately. But then we averaged them up together to figure out where they would rank totally together. So you're going to see people that I have high and Jake has low be in the middle and stuff. So it'll be more fair. Stuff like that. And I think that's a good way to do it for the whole season because then you're getting an average between two people, and you're also getting two different views from it because I am a very defensive player and Jake's more of an offensive player. So with that being said, we can go to. We're going to start this from the bottom going up. That's how it should always be. I hate when we do rankings and I get to see who's number one straight off the bat. There's no thrill to that. So
We gotta see who the worst is.
yeah, you want the worst.
You want the worst team.
Yeah, we want the worst. And God damn it, this is gonna be. He's gonna talk shit. He's gonna be upset, and he's still gonna win, and it's gonna be sad. But our first last place. Okay, the last place guy is gonna be our very hyper offensive dude, Hoobie.
Yeah, and we know that Hubi's a really good player, and he'll probably do better with his team than anyone would expect. But it's a mean team. It's definitely a mean team.
Yeah, I mean he. Oh, we didn't even talk about so our draft this year. It's way different than normal. Your first 1 through 5 tiers, you have to pick the gen that you got selected. For example, Huey got selected Gen 6 and 7, so he had to take all Gen 6 and 7 Mons. And then with your free picks left over, then you can pick whatever Mon from any generation that hasn't got taken. Same with your Mega. And then we have also only got access to one Z Crystal. So we can use that on any Mons, but we only get one. So if you have the Grass Z move, you can only use the Grass Z move on all your Mons and that's it. You can't use any other moves. You can't use like the ground ones, the rock ones, stuff like that. So that's how the draft went this year. And legit, Hoobie went Gen 7, and then he said, screw this, I'm going Gen 7 like the whole way, as much as possible. And not only...
Not even like Gen 7. He's like, I'm going to draft 7 Ultra Beasts.
Yeah, he
How much he got?
legit
He's got
went...
6?
Oh, he has 7 Ultra Beasts.
6-7, including voice ball.
Yes, he got the one in tier 5. Just the meme.
I think Guzzlord, Guzzlord and Poipole
Oh,
were both tier 5
yeah, Guzzler.
Ultra Beasts.
Yeah, Guzzler did get moved down to tier 5 this season. So, yeah, he's rolling with the Ultra Beasts. And, like, his team is so bad. It's just really bad because, you don't got reliable recovery. You don't have, like, a cleric. You don't have, like, a consistent defensive stuff and all this kind of stuff. It's just bad. But the sad thing is, he's gonna make it work, Jake. And
Yeah,
I hate it.
he's probably gonna put in some work with it. He didn't even get like a good Z crystal either with it.
No, he got
He
grassy
got
and Z.
Grassy and Z,
Yeah.
so he's probably gonna like run the Giga Drain, Celesteela, and then have maybe Chestnut do something with that. I'm not sure.
The other fun part about it too is that he has Mega Sceptile, and he can't even use a Z crystal on that, and that's his best like grass stab moves. So,
and like its best grass stab Leaf Storm, which is -2 for it.
Yeah, it just overall it's just bad. This is like, to me, I've been in a league with Hubi for so long, and he's done stuff like this before, but this has been the worst. But
this is definitely the largest case I've seen of Hubi being Hubi and making a ridiculous team.
And it just makes me frustrated because it's gonna work. Like, he's gonna get wins off this. Now, I don't think he's gonna get like, he's not gonna go 10-0 or anything like that. But he's gonna end up. I think we have 11-week season, and I guarantee you he gets at least 6 wins off of this.
No, for sure though. I think the main thing is his team. If he gets one of your mons down, there's a good chance he might sweep you.
Oh yeah.
If you don't have a good defensive core for him, he's probably gonna sweep you with it.
And there's a lot of teams in our leagues that didn't get like a super good defensive core. Or they didn't get enough mons to cover all the speed boost or the beast boosting stuff too. So it's gonna be rough for people to go with him, and it's sad because we're ranking him dead last. And then for me,
he's not gonna be there for long though. I guarantee.
So I actually ranked him 18th, dead last, and then Jake, you ranked him 17th overall. So you don't even have him to the last person.
No, I think that he at least. I think there's one other person who we're going to talk about next who also has kind of a mean team, but he didn't draft any mons outside of his generations. He basically just threw its free picks away.
Yeah, and that person is actually going to be Lucy, and
at number 17 on our average ranking.
It's 17. He's the 17th for me, and he's the 18th for Jake. And this is kind of the same deal, which Lucy is one of the best battlers by far. But he got Gen 3, so he picked all his Gen 3, and he said, screw it. All my free picks, we're keeping it Gen 3. My Mega, Gen 3. So he just took the best Pokemons he could in one gen and didn't really worry about his team per se. So
he tried to make it work the best way he could.
Yeah.
What was remaining.
But the memes are out right now, and that's what's happening, and that's why Lucy is ranked towards the bottom as well. It's just, if you're gonna be,
I think though that this is gonna be another team that somehow climbs the rankings, gets 6 or 7 wins. He's gonna get a lightning sweep once a season. I'm calling it.
Yeah,
one lightning sweep.
He's gonna, and this is the same thing. Lucy's gonna do good. Because unlike like Hubi's like that, like what's coming. Well, you might not know what Pokemon's coming, but the same style is coming every week. With him, I actually like when you look at his tier mons, like he has Salamence, he has Breloom, he has Metagross and Gardevoir. Those are all good mons. Like, they are really good mons. And then he has Mega Sharpedo, where you don't have to Mega Evolve on the first turn, so that can always be scary.
And you can get that speed boost and then kind of help solve a little bit of his speed problems he has.
Yeah. And then speaking of speed problem, he has Masquerain. You get the Intimidate, you get the webs out, and you're good. And it's a chance that he can ever like Quiver Dance up. So that's always scary. And then he has Lanoon with the belly drum. So
he's got a lot of opportunities to set up and really do a lot of damage to your team.
It's like his first his tier picks aren't bad. Like those are acceptable to me. It's just his free picks. Like he legit had, I don't know, 200 and something points left over from free picks.
I have it up on the dock right now. He has 260 points left over.
260 points. This man does not give.
Unless the dock hasn't been updated, which you never know with this dock.
He has
sometimes it's updated well.
He drafted 3 tier 5s and then 1 tier 4.
Doing the math in my head, I believe it should be 220. 220 should be left for him.
Yeah. So I don't know. He did take Dark MNZ, which could be cool because I want to see how he uses it with like Mighty
I'm interested to see. I think Mighty Anna will be the main Pokemon that uses it, and I'm interested to see what he does with that. I haven't ever really seen Mighty Anna run in the league, and also I'm interested.
I've never seen it in anything at all. It has good coverage, but like its stats are really bad.
I'm sure it's a PU Pokemon, so you probably don't see it a lot unless you play PU, and even then it might not be any good.
Yeah, like I could find a lot better dark Pokemon in PU than
the only time the same thing with like Wailord. The only time I've ever seen Wailord is in randoms.
Right, I've actually seen Wailord, but that Pokemon sucks too. He'll make it work. He'll be able to make like plays off of these weird Pokemons. And you know what? They might have the advantage because a lot of people don't play against these Pokemon, you know? So they don't know. They won't prep for it. They'll sneak up on people and stuff like that. It's just how it is. Like, it's sad that the last 2 people, like, we have ranked so low, but we know they're going to make at least a good run at the playoff or definitely make the playoffs. Like, they're definitely, like, favorites. Just their coaching wise.
They're some of the best battlers, some of the best preppers, even though they don't. For example, Hoobie doesn't take a lot of time to prep, but he's always got solid prep ready to go.
Yeah, he's a smart kid. He knows what's going on. So,
but anyway, my main problem with Lucy's team is just the hazard removal. I'm pretty sure his only hazard removal is Masquerain. Was that 50% damage it takes from rocks coming in to get rid of him? So if you get rocks up against him and make him switch a lot, he's gonna have problems.
Yeah.
And for me, that was the main problem with Lucy's team. That's why I put him last, because he takes a lot more damage to rocks than Hoobie does.
I guess, but I don't even think Hoobie did Hoobie even have a defogger or
rat spinner? I don't think he had. Like he didn't. Spinner. I don't think he had a defogger.
Like you, like legit. I don't care. But you're right.
Looking at Hoobie's team, he's got two weaknesses to rocks. Mm-hmm. They're both 25, and they're Alone Marowak and Gliscod.
Yeah.
Which aren't. I feel like Marowak might be a big deal, but I can see Gliscod being fine, especially with a lot of its priority that you'll see him running, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
Because of his problems with speed tiers.
I mean, I believe season 2, we saw Gliscod be a god in our league. And it was, like, awesome. Shout out to Sir Hawthorne. But
anyway, trying to keep this as short as possible. I think Lucy has at least a team put together, but I feel like he's lacking a lot of the offensive potential and bulk that I look for in a top team. So that's why I have him ranked so low, based on without his skills as a battler, you know.
Yeah. So I believe our next next on the list, so coming in at 16th, is gonna be Calexo.
Yeah, we had Calexo. We both ranked them 16 overall. We're pretty similar so far through.
Yeah. And that's a theme for like us. We were like, for the first 10, 11 picks, we were like, or the bottom of it, we were like right next to each other. Like, we're on the same page on this. And that's kind of weird in anything. Then we get to the top and then we're like totally different.
Yeah, I just hate all of his rankings. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so for me, Calixto, I just felt like his team tried to go a whole lot of different directions. And it was weird. I just... Looking at his team makes me uncomfortable. Like, I don't know what he's going to do, you know?
Well, yeah, like you, it is a lot of different, like, it's everywhere. Like, I'm not me just being speechless. Like, He started off with what? Hoopa Unbound, right? Which is always good.
Yeah.
Just bring the
Yeah. So
walls and stuff like that.
his main offense he's got going on. He's got Hoopa Unbound. He's got Dragon Knight. Those are probably his two biggest offensive pressure he's got going on. But they both have like really big weaknesses that you'll see. Dragon Knight, if it comes in and rocks or has residual damage, it's hard to get it going. And I know that because I love Dragon Knight. I love using it, and it can be really hard to use sometimes. And Hoop Unbound is amazing, except for you run a Scarf U-turner, you beat it 100% of the time.
Yeah, and when you look at his team is really slow. Like, is really slow. Like his fastest mon.
He's got webs to try and manage that, but even with the webs, it's still really slow.
Well, the thing is, you get the webs up, and they're still gonna lose the Scarfers. Like, that's sad. Like, you have to bring Rebs and Scarf your moms for it, or you have to set up. Like, he's gonna have to get Vel with Alolan Ninetales up to help his team set up and stuff. But then people just want to defog anyway, so you're gonna get rid of the screens and the sticky web. So it's gonna be hard for him, you know. Like, and he's gonna take chips. And then my other thing on his team is he has no reliable recovery. Like, his best Tankmon is type Null, but he has to rest. So we know what you're gonna bring if you're gonna bring a tanky type Null. So you're going to be limited on your moves and what you're going to do.
Well, not just that, but like type Null, if you got like a good fighting type or a taunt user, like it's going to be useless.
Yeah. Like, so, like, I understand why he took like a low and Ninetales to try to protect, you know, his heavy hitters and stuff. It's just, I just don't see how it's going to work. He's not defensively good enough. He's slow.
I think even under Veil, the hitters he has are just so frail to like certain typings.
Yeah, I mean they're having quad weaknesses, right? Yeah, Dragon Knight's quad weak to ice, and then Hoopa's quad weak to...
quad weaknesses, along with like not having very much bulk. Whereas Dragon Knight's the only bulk it gets is because of multi-skill. It feels like.
Yeah, but
like I mean, you still have a nice type. It's even with Veil up, it's gonna get two-shot by any ice move.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like, I don't know. People are always going to try to put rocks on him because it's not like he's not, like, there's 3 people that take 25% off his team. No, 4.
So right. We got Alolan Ninetales takes 25, Arachnid takes 25,
Dragon Knight
takes 25, and then
his Mega Camo. And then that's another thing.
Ground resist. So
it does. Well, 12. The fact that he took Mega Camo.
we're a little upset about that.
Yeah, like, he needs to be a trick. He might have the trick room like all the time, you know? He might have to do that because that's the only way that Mesprit. But then we know that Mesprit's bringing trick. Like, yeah. it would have been different if what's Z trick room do or something like that.
I mean, Hoopa gets like, if you got Dark MZ or whatever Snatch is, Z Snatch gives you +2.
Yeah, yeah, but he didn't get a good Z Stone to go with his with his monster.
Decidueye, just it's slow. It's I don't see the Z move coming in that helpful that often.
No. Yeah, he did take the Decidueye MZ type thing.
Yeah, Decidueye MZ to try and get the Sinister Arrow raid, I believe.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just think it's a poorly made team, and I think he's gonna have to do free agent trades to make it up.
I've seen him do better, and I was just really disappointed because he was a Gen 6 and 7 drafter. They definitely had the biggest advantage, in my opinion, maybe Gen 5 also. But like, I feel like there was a little bit of failure here with his prep or his planning, or maybe he was going for a meme team too, or just trying stuff he liked. But having a Gen 6 and 7 team and ending up at near the bottom of our rankings, I feel like, unless you're going for a meme team, I feel like you could have done better, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, with that, we'll move to our next one. All right, so we have Kid Icarus at 15. And I've been playing draft leagues with him for about 3 seasons now, and he's been getting better and everything. And I really usually love the way he drafts his team. His teams always reminds me of my teams, and no one loves me more than me. And he started off his draft really good. Like I really liked the Bulu Toxapex just straight off the bat. I was like, that was my plan. He stole it
I
from
think
me.
that was your plan.
That
right?
was my plan.
Like
I thought I was gonna be able to get that, and then that got taken away from me. And I thought he was gonna just be able to build on top of that, and that didn't happen. Like that legit did not happen through the rest of his draft. I was really sad on what he did. Like how do you feel?
We saw a lot of like passive mons or mons that don't fit as well together as they would have liked.
Mm-hmm. One of the main thing to me is like he has one Pokemon again that is reliable recovery and just Toxapex, and that's it. Like he got Mega Aggron, which is a great tank, but that thing gets whittled down, and he doesn't even have like a Wish Pasture to help him do that. Like he needs something else to help his Mons out, and he doesn't have it. He does not have a Cleric at all. So if his Pokemon's get burned,
struggle a lot against bulky teams. Bulky teams are going to give him a problem.
Yeah, and he built he got what is it, Conquador, who can like beat through a bunch of them, and then even like Hoopa Chain, that thing really does hit hard, but it's slow, and that's another thing about his team. His team is really slow. Like
again, besides Volcarona, Talonflame, and Zygarde 10%, the speed tiers are awful.
Yeah, and then the other thing when you talk about taking Talonflame and Volcarona, you only have one way. He got one way to get rid of rocks, and that is Savali with Defog. So we know Savali's always going to have Defog. He has to rely on it no matter what. And the other thing is, he doesn't even have... Go on.
For him to have offensive pressure, he has to bring Volcarona or Talonflame.
Mm-hmm.
So you 100% you bring rocks. Everyone bring rocks against him. 100%. Yeah.
It's gonna be rocks all day. And then the other thing,
if you have a bulky, like a physical bulky wall, you wall beat him if you can get rocks on the field too.
He also didn't get what is it? He didn't get a fairy. So most of the time we're gonna just assume Savali's gonna be fairy as well to help out with that. So if we get like Aggron out of the way, you can just start outraging like crazy. So he's going to have a problem with that. I will say the good thing with him, he was able to get the Fire Z crystal, which is great for him for Volcarona to hit.
Corona will love that. It will hit like a truck.
Yeah, because you get a Quiver Dance and then you use that. You're going to hit even non-effective Mons off of that, and it's going to hit hard. So
I think, honestly, though, I think he's like 1 or 2 Mons away from a really good team.
Yeah.
Because he did draft Bulu, which really helps out Toxapex, helps out Aggron, even Volcarona a little bit. Because they're not going to worry so much about those physical Earth moves like Earthquake. Like, they're not going to be as big of a deal.
Yeah.
And it feels like everything gets Earthquake. So I think that'll be a big help. But I just feel like he's lacking some reasonable recovery to help out.
Yeah. And then he has a dark Pokemon to help with the Psychic against Toxic, but it's a low Eradicate, you know? Like, why are you ever going to bring a low Eradicate other than trying to Pursuit Trap someone? Like,
and even that, if something has Brick Break on it, it's going to get demolished.
Yeah. And then, I don't know. But what just happened, like, just moments ago, he did help his team out. So this is us cursing him for where he is right now, for what he drafted. But he would definitely be higher in the draft right now if he would have made this move during the draft. And that was, he dropped Talonflame for Licky Licky.
Okay, I gotta say something. I vomited a little in my mouth thinking about this. I've faced Mega Aggron and Licky Licky together, and it's a nightmare.
Yeah,
it is a nightmare.
Because it's like
Toxapex, it's gonna be so hard to break him down.
Because it's like what I said earlier. You needed like a Wish Passer for the team and a Hill Beller, and that helps out a lot for it. So him doing that would definitely move him up way higher in the ranks for us. But this is what we were drafted, so this is what he's going with. But
yeah, it would have moved him up 2 or 3 spots easily for me.
yeah, and it's like what you said. He's only two mons away, maybe 3 mons away to get his team like on track back to what it should be. And he's been getting way better in draft leagues. So I'm interested to see how this goes.
Yeah. Again, we're not ranking people on their playing skill, but Kid Icarus is one of those people that I've seen him play games elegantly. Like he just plays you, beats you down. It's beautiful. It's amazing. I'm impressed. I'll rank him really high. And the next week he plays like absolute trash and gets 6-0. Like the kid is inconsistent.
Like, yeah.
You know. So if he can beat a little bit of his inconsistency and come out and have good prep, good battles every week, he's going to move up the rankings really fast.
Yeah, definitely. So with that, let's move on to our next person, and then the next person that is.
Well, first of all, let's just say, in my ranking, I had me at 16, and then who do you have at 16?
Gee, I don't even remember. Well, let's see.
That's why I have it pulled up, so it's in front of me.
So I think I had, was it Kid at 16?
I believe you had Kid.
Yeah, I had Kid.
I feel like that's why he averages out there. Yeah. I had him at 15.
And then I had Calexo, I think, at 15. Right?
He had Calexo at 17.
17.
Or no,
not
16.
17. Yeah, 16.
I'm sorry, Kid's 15. Kid's 15.
There you go. All right. I think we were what? So the next person, where are we on? Are we on 14 now?
Let's see. So we did Hubi 18.
Yeah, we're on 14.
Lucy 17, Calixto 16, Kid 15. Now we're going to 14.
Yeah.
Where we have Jake McCow.
Yeah, and I believe I had him ranked at 14. And where did you have him ranked at?
I believe I had him at 14 also.
Yeah. See, so we were really, really close on this one as two, and this is a Jake Cal team right here, I guess. Like. We talked about this before we got on here a little bit, and we were debating because we see good things like Florges and Suicune's going to be a pain in the ass, and especially with Glyskar too. That's going to be a good wall. That's going to be a pain. But I don't get everything else.
I really liked his team when I was looking through his gen picks. He was Gen 2, and he grabbed stuff like Scizor, Suicune, Espeon, Heracross, Gligar, and Noctowl. Which Noctowl being a little weird, but I think he'll do some fun stuff with it.
Mm-hmm.
But the other 5 were amazing for Gen 2. I thought he really put together a really good core. And then it gets a little weird with his free picks and his Mega. I didn't really see where he was going. He got Dual Fairy, which was kind of weird. He got a bulky Psychic.
Yeah.
That was kind of weird.
And then
he doubled down on a lot of his types.
Yes.
So I thought that was something I didn't really like.
That definitely happened. And then I just don't get the Mega Haldoon pick at all because I don't know, maybe one of his Pokemon gets like a sunny day because you really want to get the sun up so Mega Haldoon could just start killing people. Because if you get the sun up, that thing just destroys people, especially if you get Nasty Plot. It's game over. It just runs through people. But then also talking about that is his team is slow. Like, his team is really slow. His fastest mons are going to be Espeon and his Mega. But when you have a Mega Pokemon, you can't Scarf it. So you know the Pokemon that you're going to go against will be Scarfed. So it's faster than that.
And I think the one thing he has is he has Haxorus, which after a D-Dance will pretty much be faster than a good chunk of Scarfers.
A good chunk, but then everyone knows that's going to happen. And they're going to bring a choice Scarf like Outrage. Because everyone has dragons. And most of the dragons are actually really fast. They're like base 100 or higher and stuff like that. And it's not awful. It's just like Heracross could be really good too. Scissor's good because you got good priority, which helps out with the speed. You know, it's just
he's got the defog on it too. He has pretty good hazard control overall, I thought.
Yeah,
like you're not gonna be able to tell is he bringing Scizor, Gligar, or Florges every week because he'll have those hazard removal options.
Who's bringing hazard to get him? Like, what Pokemon's weak to rocks?
The only one I see on here is Houndoom and Noctowl.
right? And you're not gonna bring you're not gonna bring Noctowl like all the time. That's not a priority. Like so, that's something like me battling against. I'm like, I could bring rocks, but it's not like I don't need to bring rocks. I rather have another moves because I'm not gonna do enough to them. I rather bring more taunters, so I could taunt the Suicune, so I could taunt the Florges and the Gliscor like that, and start beating them down like that.
He grabbed a lot of mons that like I like overall, but like I feel like we'll have a hard time gelling together.
Yeah, I mean he does have scary mons because if you could set up with Haxorus, like you said, set up with Mimikyu, stuff like that can happen. Even with
I was a
Scizor.
little confused because I believe Mimikyu and Z or whatever becomes the Mimikyu's personal Z move.
Uh-huh.
I was wondering why he didn't grab that instead of just Farium Z overall. I feel like Farium Z. I don't think he'll run on Florges at all.
Yeah, that's good. I think who's the only other person that gets
I think Espeon gets Dazzling Gleam,
and so does Meloetta, but that's it.
So and like I feel like even they're going to be a little weird.
I mean, I understand because it's like when I was drafting my Z Stone too. It's like, oh, I wanted to get Lycanroc, and I was like, oh, should I get the Lycanroc thing? And then I was like, nah. If I could get the rock like a Z Stone, I'll do that instead because I can help all my team. So it's a weird position to be when you can only draft one stone crystal or whatever.
Yeah, it's definitely something that he'll have to work through, and we'll see how it goes. But honestly, I like overall I like the team. When I was first looking at it, I had it ranked higher, but then me and Rocky were talking a little bit, and I saw some of like the glaring weirdness about it. Some of the stuff how the synergy just doesn't really work well together.
Mm-hmm.
The walls are a little weird, but like I feel like he'll be able to play this team pretty well overall. If there weren't better put together teams with much better synergy, I would have him ranked higher.
Yeah, and that's the same thing. And what, like, hey, he gets some free picks. Maybe he can find something else, trade Pokemons. There's still some good mons out there and stuff like that. But with that being said, let's move to our next spot, and it is the 13th spot, right?
Yep, and that's where I come in, I believe. I am ranked 13th.
Yes, you're ranked 13. I believed I ranked you because you ranked yourself low. What did you rank yourself?
I believe I had myself at 15 because I didn't like my team.
Yeah, and I actually did rank you right at 13 as well. That's where I had you in, going in at 13. And for me, since that's your team, I'll talk about it real fast. The only reason I have you where you're at is because you did not get an actual tier 1 mon for your tier 1 mon spot. And that was kind of because of how our draft went. Since we were doing the generation, you were stuck in generation 1. And by the time that you got to you, there was only one tier 1 mon for you, and that was Dragonite. And you already played with Dragonite, and you were like, wanted to try something different and stuff, and then you also wanted to try a different style. So you ended up taking Slowbro, which you realized after your draft, you know what, I'm a little too tanky, I need some more offensive power, and you picked up Gyarados. So you're this low because of that, but I think it was amazing choice picking up Gyarados because it helps a lot on your team, and I think you're going to be able to make Gyarados play like a tier 1 mon, but still not tier 1. Yeah.
I know for me when I was drafting, my plan was to draft around Mega Venusaur just because I always wanted to try and use it. And I was trying to play a little bulkier so you guys can't just be like, I'm going to bring Taunt or Focus Sash or something against him will destroy his setup mons. So I tried to draft a little bulkier team, tried to play a little differently. I still got my Dragon Dancers, I got Nasty Plotters, I got fun setup here and there, and it should be fun to play with, but I couldn't decide what I wanted, and I waited too long. I feel like maybe I should have gone Mew, but like again, I'm just not the kind of creative guy that can bring amazing Mew sets every week.
Yeah,
I waited a little too long.
So we were in the same gen, and I was thinking like I was like, shit, I'm gonna get stuck with Dragonite. I don't want to deal with Dragonite. I mean, I know it's a good mon and stuff, but it doesn't fit my style. When you passed up on taking the tier 1, I was like, oh, thank God, I'll take Zapdos or Mew, and ended up getting Zapdos, and I was happy because of that. But like your rest of your team, I'm really excited for because I played with Umbreon. Umbreon's a monster. It does not get enough credit for what it can do. It's amazing. You ended up getting Zygarde. The fact that Zygarde was there for you when you got a free pick is insane to me. Then you covered up a lot of your holes with Togekiss, which helps out so much because that thing you can do so many different things. It could be a cleric, it could be the tank, it can be just the whole flinchy boy stuff. Just dumb. Nidoqueen, totally underrated. You get rocks, you get spikes. It can take a hit. You can make it where it hits people. And then you did a good job with the whole Venusaur because you covered up his Psychic and Electric weakness with Magnezone, which can take anything. And if not, like I said, Umbreon could take anything. Like anything that someone's going to hurt Venusaur real hard, Umbreon can take. And then anything that wants to hit Umbreon, like a fighting move or a fairy move, Venusaur is going to take. So it's really good with that.
I think it ended up okay, but like I think I deserved where I was ranked. We'll see. I'll have to try and make it work. I think my main goal is trying to be put holes in the other team.
Yeah.
So Mega Venusaur and Umbreon and Togekiss can kind of beat the rest of the stuff and kind of make sure that there's nothing left that can beat them. Will be my main goal. Trying to get Gyarados and Zygarde and Magnezone to really put holes in their team will be my main goal.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice to see, and I'm excited to see that. And and then you got the Stellium Z, which is always good, especially with someone like
Gyarados gets Iron Head, Zygarde gets Iron.
Well, you're also gonna get the stab from Magnezone. That'd be good. Let's see, what didn't I like? Oh, the one thing I didn't like is to me, I never liked defoggers because they're mostly flying Pokemon, and that's what Togekiss has to be. I mean, I know you have Hitmonlee to spin, but I don't think Hitmonlee is good enough to bring every week, where Togekiss is going to come every week. So it's like, as soon as I see Togekiss and Hitmonlee together, I know that Togekiss is going to be a different kind of set than like a tanky defogger. But then you can also play that to your thing where you just flip the squid and then that thing is a tanky defogger and then Hitmonlee is just that Endeavor set that just runs through people. But that's going to be fun to see. So going to our next person, it'll be the 12th overall, I believe we're at. And that's going to be Silent. So with Silent, I had him, let's see, I had him at 14th. Is that where it was?
I'm not sure where you had him.
Yeah, I had him ranked
at 12 on our rankings, and I had him at 12 on my rankings.
All right, so you had him at 12. I had him ranked 14th overall. So he gets to be at the 12th spot. And so what do you think about his team?
I liked it. I think anything with Karen Black is going to have a decent team. It's going to have some offensive pressure behind it. Karen Black, like we were discussing sometime in chat, like there are a whole lot of walls that can beat it. You need to make sure you're prepared for all of its sets.
Yeah, it's really scary. I remember prepping for it one time and just pulling my hair out. I'm like, it's dumb. The fact that it gets like an electric move, the stab ice, which is like one of the best stabs to have, and then your dragon, and then it knows earth power. It's like so ridiculous. I hate that combo of moves. I really do. I hate it so much.
I think the main thing I always dislike is everyone wants to run Karen Black and make a dancing together, and I feel like it doesn't really fit as well as people think it does. That steel weakness becomes pretty big.
Yeah, and I believe the only Pokemon he got 3 Pokemon to help with it, which is Cobalion. But if you're running a steel move, most of the time you have a ground move. so you can
Yeah,
cover with
Cabellion
that.
won't like it.
The same thing with
Mandibuzz will help. He'll probably be able to take it pretty well.
yeah, and then Darm, he can take it, but then like I said, if you're running still
Yeah,
move,
he's
most
just
of the
so
time you have
he's
ground.
so frail. If you guess the prediction of him coming in, you might just OHKO him, even if you're not that powerful ground move.
I do think his very last pick in this draft, taking Gastrodon, helps out a lot because he needed that. That's good recovery, a good tank. It's only weak to one thing, grass, which he has a sap sipper with Bouffalant, which I would love to see happen. I would love to see him get a sap sipper up stuff. But the good thing with him, he has like he has ways to get rocks out.
Girder?
Huh? What, yes, he took off.
Okay, so the doc's just not updated.
Yeah, he took off Girder for Bucephalon. No, not Bucephalon, Bouffalant. Yeah, Bouffalant. Yeah, but he has good he has ways to get rocks up, I believe. Oh, it's actually only Diancie and Cabellion. But he has spikes. T-spikes.
Does Gastrodon get rocks?
It doesn't. It does not.
Okay, yeah, I never use Gastrodon, so I never know.
Yeah, but Amoonguss is going to be good. It's going to pair up good with Gastrodon. That's a good tank.
I mean, Uniclus, Amoonguss, and Gastrodon should be pretty interesting. He's kind of got that regen core going on with Uniclus and Amoonguss.
Yeah.
So that should help him out a lot. I didn't like how weak his team was to rocks. I feel like Kieran Black, Durmantan, Selgor, Mandibuzz all taking 25 was a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I mean, his only ways to get rid of rocks is Mandibuzz as well and Rotom.
Regular Rotom gets it, but regular Rotom just doesn't do a whole lot besides that, I feel like, for him.
Yeah. No, you bring Rotom just to, will-o-wisp and try to get rocks up. It's not going to be the greatest thing to help out, but I don't want to go in depth because I play this man week 1 and I have a beautiful plan and I can tell you all his weaknesses right now, but I don't want to do that.
Okay, so I'll talk a little bit more about him then. But anyway, so I mean his offensive pressure is pretty great overall. I feel like there's some weaknesses there defensively that he needs to cover up, but besides that, this team's gonna be scary to play. Playing Kieran Black, Darm, and Cabellion, you see a lot of physical presence that will beat you down. I mean, I don't know anything that will be able to take all of his offensive lines. I know I'm excited to see Rocky's prep because I don't know how I'd beat this guy. But anyway, he's got that Fight EMZ too for Cabellion, close combats. I mean, you can run it on Darm. I believe Uniclus gets Focus Blast, so you can run it on that.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good.
Don't have to worry about the miss.
That was a really good Z stone for him to get because you hate missing Focus Blast, and his Mons can use it. And then with Cabellion as well, it's just like, I think even a Celigor gets Focus Blast, and I don't know what Z Final Gambit does. I'm gonna go look that up.
Okay, but anyway, so I feel like when he brings his 6 Mons, he's gonna have a little too much offensive pressure or a little too much defense going on. He's not gonna be a very balanced team. At times, I feel like his Mons might be a little passive. But I feel like, especially with him just getting Spore and stuff like that, Mandibuzz having Foul Play, he's not going to be worried about setup. So overall, I think this team's really good. But it feels a little weird to me. I'm interested to see how he plays. It might be a team that climbs really fast, depending on how good he is. I haven't really played Silent. I don't really know much about him. So I'm interested to see how he plays this team.
Yeah. He likes those he likes wall breakers. I'll tell you that. I think I played him once and he beat me, and it was a little eye opening. So I'm basically getting my revenge on this. So I'm excited for that. So then with our next, we are going to number 11 overall, which is gonna be Bryce.
Yep, and I had him ranked number 11. This is about where I had him.
And then I had him ranked exactly at 11 as well.
I mean, so this is another team I didn't know how I felt about. He's got a rain team here, but honestly, I just feel like a lot of the support he had didn't really fit really well. He's got the worst rain, the second best rain setter basically in Polytoad, which I mean I like. I feel like Pelipper would have been asking a little too many points from him, but I feel like Polytoad and Swampert with his really big fire weakness being Fortress, I feel like he could have done better there.
Yeah, I mean,
Weavile will benefit a little bit from it, but not enough for it to really make a big difference. There's too many other weaknesses.
yeah,
And then you got those Raikou able to run Thunder and stuff like that, and Steelix not having to worry so much about fire, but it's gonna have to worry about water. So
he got.
I did.
I like Pelipper over Politoed, and everyone says, "No, Politoed's a little bit better because you don't get the 4-time weakness to electric." But it's like you're playing a game at that point. You have Swampert, who's immune to electric, and then he goes and
at
gets
some
other
point they're gonna run Thunder, and it's not gonna matter.
Yeah,
4 times weakness or 2 times weakness.
And then he goes and picks up like also Crawdon, which I understand. You're in the rain, it boosts it up. He also got Water Z move, which can help too, because he's really gonna hit something. But there's just too much of it, you know. And I wish because it's kind of a weird rain team. And to me, the only reason it's ranked so high is because it's a rain team, and just that's what happens with rain teams. They're kind of easy to play, and as long as if you can save Swampert to sweep at the end with some rain, you can really win. But I feel like if he didn't take Crawdon and took something else where he didn't have to bring rain all the time, but now I feel like he has to bring rain all the time, which is easy to prep for because we all play against rain teams all the time.
Yeah, it happens enough that you know what to do. My biggest problem was 100% the mons he built around the rain. So I feel like the best part about a rain team is having mons that work well with it. And I just Weavile, Raikou, Fortress, Steelix, Hydra, and Groudon, while not being rain abusers, I just feel like he could have done more. He could have grabbed better mons. Mm-hmm. I know in prep, I'll 100% bring. If I was playing him, I'd bring Sunny Day with me on maybe every mon. I don't know. And on a lot of teams you play, they don't get immediately shut down by someone running Sunny Day or like a move that changes the weather.
Mm-hmm.
But Bryce's team does. I feel like as soon as the weather changes, it's 100% a flip of the momentum.
Yeah.
And he's gonna have a lot of problems with that. I would 100. I usually when I prep for a rain team, I try to run bulkier mons that don't care about being slower. But with this team, I'm 100% would bring a weather changing move and run it on a lot of mons, just because his team will not function at all outside of rain.
Yeah. But it is ranked high just because it is a weather team, and weather teams seem to do good. So we'll see how he does.
I liked it as a rain team, obviously, and he's going to catch some people off guard with the rain. Every season, he'll probably catch at least 5 wins just because he has rain, not because of his prep or his battling, but just because rain is so hard to deal with sometimes.
Yeah. He's just going to have to, with the team that he built around his rain team, he's going to have to make good predictions. That's like legit what he's going to have to do. So if he can make good predictions with what he has, he'll be okay. If he doesn't, like if he plays scared, it's not going to be good.
If you have a bulky grass type, I feel like it's going to be pretty good against him.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be better than like a normal rain team because like a lot of times you see like Scizor where you can pressure it with U-turn.
Yeah.
Especially a banded version.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you see like a electric mon that I feel like Raikou, while it's good, needs to get up like a setup move too much for it to be more effective.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if it does start setting up, it is really scary. But
let's see. He can. I think the cool thing is like he doesn't necessarily have to bring Politoed every week now because he has that Water MZ. Like he can run Z Rain Dance.
Mm-hmm. But then you're done after 4 turns. Like you just need to survive with 4 turns. And what a lot of people do when they play against weather teams, they bring Protect just to stall out the times of the rains. You know, that's a really good technique to do that. Like I said, like I wish he didn't gone like I wish he would have got a different Pokemon other than Crawdown, or keep Crawdown, get something else other than Kingdra,
I
or
mean,
keep
I
Kingdra,
wish
get something else other than Ludicolo, so he
I
wouldn't
wish he
have
went a
to.
little bulkier. I wish he went a little bulkier on some of his picks.
Mm-hmm. But
Like I I just feel like a lot of his offensive threats are way too frail.
yeah, and slow. Like they're really slow without rain. You know, and like
So we'll have to see what he does.
yeah, like his rain team, if they don't have rain up, they're really slow. And then his, like you said, his Raikou and Weavile, they can die real fast.
Bryce is another player though that I feel like he's really inconsistent and will some weeks be amazing, some weeks be bad.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just have to see what he does with the team. And I think he can do it, but he's gonna have to play around people being ready for rain and being able to beat rain.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have to be smart about it and have a bunch of win cons outside of his rain along with his rain.
All right. Well, this is enough talking about Bryce. Let's talk about someone who's amazing and is like the greatest of all time. And the fact that
Coming in at our top 10, we have Rocky.
Yeah.
With his trash ass team.
It was a travesty that I'm number 10, where I believe, where did I have my ranked myself? Let's see. I ranked myself number 9, so this is a travesty already.
Yeah, I have you ranked number 10, so this is about where I had you.
Yeah. So I'm ranked at number 10, and with my team, I don't know. For me, I'm super excited with my team. And like when we were doing the draft, I got to first of all, I'm dumb because I take Arcanine number 1 overall with the number 1 pick because Arcanine's the greatest.
Mistakes were made.
No mistakes. He's gonna. Oh, I got plans for him this season. So usually when I take Arcanine, I always have to play him defensively. This time, I did not have that problem because I paired him up with other defensive mons. So I'm very excited about that. And like the defensive mons I paired it up with was Tangrowth.
You heard it here first. He never drafts offensive mons except for this season. Except for this season.
Yeah. Well, being in Gen 1, it was there's a lot of good defensive mons. So I was able to get Zapdos, Tangrowth.
The offensive part was a big struggle. The defense was bad.
Offensive was really trouble. So as soon as I got into my free picks, I went offense. I went Garchomp, Greninja, Archeops, Hariyama, Mega Scizor. I was like, yeah, straight offense.
I mean, okay. So I'll talk a little bit more about this team since obviously it's your team.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you see a lot of discussing stuff. I don't know about you guys. I do not want to deal with Zapdos, Tangrowth, Arcanine, and Slowking, along with having to worry about Mega Scizor. Like, and my main problem is you can't even run setup wall breakers because he's got a Ditto just staring you in the face right there, ready to come in and ruin your life.
Preach, man! I love it. Sounds amazing.
So he's got a lot of good stuff. He's got a regen core with Tangrowth and Slowking, so you can't even expect to wear him down because he doesn't even need reliable recovery on those two because he'll be switching out, getting them their 33% back, coming back in. So I think the most disgusting part is all 5 of the defensive mons I'm scared of, Zapdos, Tangrowth, Arcanine, Slowking, Mega Scizor, all get their own recovery.
Yep, all of them. Oh man, you just put the biggest smile on my face, Jake. Keep on talking. I like it. Keep on going.
So you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready to deal with that. I don't know, guys. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with those 5 mons. And like, you can't even just worry about that because you've got, in my opinion, 2 of the biggest steals in the draft, in Garchomp and Greninja. The thing about these 2 mons is Garchomp, you're not going to be able to run Scarf against him because he has these really bulky mons that can have reliable recovery. So he's going to be able to bring Garchomp, not have to have it scarfed. He's going to be able to run Sword Dance on it and it do work. So you got to be prepared for that. And then you got Greninja, which if he runs specs on it, it's not fun to deal with.
Yeah,
And then even from that point, a lot of his defensive mons can run a lot of offensive pressure himself. Was a base 125 special attack. Arc9 has, I think, 110 attack, 100
yep,
special attack,
yep,
which is pretty great. Tingris is kind of similar thing. Slow King has a pretty decent special attack. I guess his attacks off the charts.
yep.
He's going to be able to wear you down. So if you don't have reliable recovery, if you don't have hazards on his side, he's going to be able to wear you down. And honestly, maybe we should have ranked him a little higher because this team is disgusting to look at.
Yeah, I was really, I felt what made my draft was getting Greninja, and I got it so late because at the point I was at, I was like really slow, and I didn't have a good Pokemon with a diverse special attacking move pool, and Greninja fit that hole so well for me. And then I won't. My speed tiers are still a little bit slow, but I made up with it with great priority from a bunch of my mons. But I really Pokemon that I missed out that I really wanted. I talked about this earlier, like in Rock Day. I was so sad when I didn't get it, but I felt like I replaced it with a good enough mon with Archeops that a lot of people. It's not a tier 5 mon to me. Like it's really not. I understand it has the fetus, but if you play it right, it's a monster with its attack and its speed and stuff like that. And then what was really good that like just sewed everything up for me in my whole thing is that I was able to get the Rocky MZ move, which helps out a lot because I hate missing stone edges. So a lot of my Pokemon will not miss stone edges. And then there's always that one set that everyone knows with Garchomp with the Sandstorm, which I always forget, always thinks is a ground move, but it's actually a rock move. Boost my speed up. Now I have the opportunity to Swords Dance and be like having a choice scarf where I can change moves up. I'm excited about that.
He's got a few problems in there, but this team is really solid overall. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to struggle with it.
Yeah,
But anyway,
my
we should
only
probably be moving on.
yeah.
Number 9.
But it's so awesome talking about me.
I don't want to sit here all night talking about your team.
Oh God, but I do.
Anyway, coming in at number 9, we have Theodore Manning. And I had him also ranked at number 9. Where did you have him, Rocky?
I had him ranked number 8 because, of course, he has to be ranked 1 in front of me because he's the better me.
The better version of Rockman.
That bastard. Oh, you heard it. I'm so sick and tired of losing this guys. I always have great battles with him, but I lose. And when I lose, after I lose to him, I was like, I just lost to myself, and it's annoying. Ah. But yeah, his team, I'm all on board with it because it's my type of team. Defensive Cresselia, nasty. That Pokemon's so fucking annoying. It is just really annoying. Bronzong, I played with Bronzong so many times. That Pokemon's so underrated. It's so good. Piloswine. This man took Piloswine, which is I think tier 4, and put it as his tier 3 mon. Legit, he's giving up points because he knows how good it is.
He's given up so much for that mon, and Piloswine is my favorite low tier mon, so I'm right on board with him.
Yeah, I mean, you get the stab, Ice Shard, and it's tanky with an Evil Eye. It's just nasty. But what he did...
This team is basically the bulkier, less offensive team than Rocky has. Well, so it's going to be a problem.
Yeah. But he did a good job at covering with offense because he got Manaphy, which is always scary. He got Serp, which is scary when it gets rolling too. And he's talked about Mega Latios, and he can't believe that we didn't ban it in a league, which I never had a problem with one. But some of the sets he told me,
it's bannable, but I'm trash with it. So
some of the sets he told me about, it's disgusting. He's gonna destroy people with this. But then Mantine, get rocks up, milk drink, stuff like that. He actually...
the only team this team isn't ranked higher is because I feel like it has no physical offensive presence.
And that's exactly 100% I agree with you. Like, his best it's Muck, Hello and Muck.
He's got a Muck, yep.
And then Piloswine. and that's it. And those Mons are on the slower side and stuff. Muck's a monster. Alolan Muck's a monster. He's going to be able to pursuit
It,
trap, knock off,
it's a
stuff like
great
that.
mon. Don't get me wrong, it's a great mon, but he doesn't have diversity on the offensive side.
Yes.
At all.
Yes.
He's got some decent Manaphy, Superior, Megalodios, even Cresselia and Rotom, a lot of offensive pressure.
His best thing is going to be running Side Shock to try to do that. But when you know he's going to run Side Shock, you just bring your Dark Pokemon. Be ready for it. You know, it's not like
another big deal for me is that he didn't get Manaphy with the Waterium Z.
Yeah, I think he waited too long. Took the electric one. Get that Gigavolt Fountain.
Well, he ended up. I'm guessing the water one got taken, and then he just settled for getting a Z Crystal last because he didn't care.
Now, also too, this man changed up his team a little bit from what he originally drafted, which I would move it a little bit down because of that, because he took out Aromatisse for Comfey, which I understand.
He took out Aromatisse for Comfey, and he took out Tangela for Electabuzz.
Yeah, so he got a little weaker on the defensive side, and I don't know what he really gained from it, because I don't see Electabuzz. I mean, he probably picked up Electabuzz.
I think he lost some of his defensive ability and didn't really gain any offensive potential.
Yes.
Which is why I would lower him a little bit.
I agree with that too, because Comfey, it gives you another defogger. It has a priority draining kiss. It could do like the calm mindset, but that's like a lot of Pokemon he already has already.
And I think it was important for him to get a defogger that wasn't weak to rocks and that it's superior.
Yeah,
Superior has other things to do.
That's true too.
It's his offensive mon.
Yeah, he doesn't have. Yeah, he doesn't have a rapid spinner. The only defoggers are Surf and Rotom Heat, and Rotom Heat doesn't like to come in rocks to get rid of rocks.
Yeah, and then without Waterium Z, I didn't really like his speed tiers.
Yeah,
I mean Superior and Megalodios are pretty good, but
that's it.
Like Manaphy at 100, and then it just drops drastically after that.
But
because you probably won't see Rotom Heat running speed very often, and then everything else is just really, really slow.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of times that you want to Scarf Superior anyways, so you know a Scarfer is going to be faster than you. You know, there's so many resistance to grass, so you just can't start doing that. And then the same with Latios, since it's a Mega Pokemon, a Scarfer will be able to get to it, or Pursuit Trap and stuff. I really was disappointed with him getting rid of Tangela. I thought it could be really good for his team. And
if he dropped it for a non-Evilite possibility user, I would say it was a good idea, just because his team is pretty knockoff weak right now.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, but replacing it with Electabuzz
and Dark overall. Yeah, that's my problem.
Like,
is that he replaced it with a mon that will probably run Evilite.
Well, he has to have a plan for it. I think he replaced it for it because he got the Z Electric Z Stone thing. So he probably has some kind of trick up his sleeve. He's a great battler.
I imagine Rotom won't run it all the time. I'm pretty sure he was just picking from leftovers for Xenos.
Yeah.
So he's just trying to grab something that'll be able to use it.
Well, but we have to remember this too.
I mean,
this guy's
good. He's good.
Legit. He is the last 2-time champ of the UPL. All right, back to back, and
but
he never
where it stops. That's where it stops, because this season I feel like he's got some stiff competition returning.
Oh yeah, because see the last 2 years that he won the championship, he's replaced me on my team, where I've had to leave halfway in a season to go do stuff. And he's taken over it.
God, you trashing playoffs anyway.
Yeah. But I make the playoffs. But he's legit got to draft his own team this time. So I'm very curious to see what happens with it. Because this is his team.
I think a lot of people are going to be really frustrated playing him. And a lot of people are going to want to rage quit.
Yeah, we'll
have to see.
I finally understand what it's like playing against me.
If you get some creative sets, if you bring good setup, good plan, have the right mons, I think this team is very beatable now.
Yeah, I think so. Good battlers, I think, will be able to beat them. Bad battlers will not have a chance in hell. All right, so let's go to our next one, which
number
is
8.
Number 8.
We got Byron.
Now, we were very different on
This is
Byron.
where we start being all over the place on our picks. I really enjoyed Byron's draft.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
This is where we go all over the place. We don't agree because I had Byron ranked 10. Yep, I had him ranked 10, and you had him ranked really high. What was it?
All the way at 3.
All the way at 3. So you get to go first and change my mind.
Okay. Again, this is someone who hates drafting Mew, which is why I didn't end up taking it, but also hates facing it. Mew is the most annoying mon to prep with, and I think Byron is creative enough to bring good Mew sets every week. That was another thing. I thought Sylveon and Skarmory are going to be obnoxious to deal with. I don't even want to think about it. And then he's got stuff like Snorlax, Nidoking, Blastoise, Jolteon, Gourgeist, Lycanroc Day, who can all fit a really, really good role in this team, really put in some work. And then you got the monster, in my opinion, the best Mega in Charizard X. Where if this thing does not come in on rocks, you might get swept, no matter where you are at in the match. This mod is a monster.
No, I agree. I'm terrified of Charizard X, no matter what team it's on. Just terrified of it.
If you don't have rocks up, you might get swept, no matter when it comes in. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, for me, like, his first 2 picks, I believe, was Mew and Sylveon, which are great. Like, great. He got the best fairy that he could possibly get, because I would love to have Sylveon on my team, but he picked it before I had a chance to get to it.
Yeah, that's why I picked Umbreon, because I was aiming for Sylveon.
And then I was also hoping that Mew would fall down to me, but it didn't, so I got stuck with Zapdos. Well, then we didn't get stuck with Zapdos. Zapdos chose me, okay? But we, all 3 of us, like me and Jake and then Byron, were the Gen 1 draft picks. So we were fighting between each other.
Gen 1ers.
Now,
yep, we're struggling out.
So my thing is with his team is that what is he going to do against a Choice Scarf Earthquake? He only has Skarmory.
Skarmory.
Yes, but when Skarmory's gone,
Gourgeist.
It's screwed Gourgeist. He's not going to rely on Gourgeist every week.
That thing is physically bulky. It's pretty physical.
Okay, but the problem is he's not going to bring Gourgeist and Skarmory at the same time, because then it's just going to be...
not a whole lot of... First of all, there's not a whole lot of Scarfers that will catch up to Megazard after +1.
It's 100. There's Scarfers out there, and everyone, I swear to God, every Pokemon learns Earthquake. It's annoying, other than Arcanine, which I call false. Just false.
Okay.
Just false.
But
just false.
Charizard X has it's weirdly bulky. It's weirdly bulky. Like, you don't expect it to be as bulky as it is, but it is.
Yeah. But I believe his only way of getting rid of hazards are Mew and Skarmory, right? No, he has Blastoise.
He's got Mew.
He got Blastoise.
We got Blastoise.
I feel
Skarmory.
like, which is funny to say, because this is the asshole who stole the Lycanroc from me. It's slow. Like, his team is not, like, fast to me. It's not fast enough. Jolteon's amazing, all right? He took a Lycanroc towards, like, the last round because he knows he needed the speed. But when your speed mons, like his fastest mons, are all weak to the same thing. They're all weak to Earthquake.
Yeah.
So you just got to get rid of either Gourgeist or Skarmory, because he's not going to bring them both. And then you're good. And then you just spam
but if you're an Earthquake user, how do you get rid of Skarmory?
Huh? You got to use other Pokemons for it. I mean, a lot of Pokemon know, like, some moves. Yes, I agree. Skarmory is hard to deal with, but that's why it's a Tier 1 Mon. You know?
I don't believe it's worth a Tier 1 pick. I'm going to state this right now.
Well, I don't either.
Killer. You can be quiet. I don't want to hear from you about all your calcs.
but
I think Skarmory is a great Mon, but I don't think it's Tier 1 material. But I do like it on Byron's team a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it helps what he does. I just think it's hard to rely... Like, when I build a team, this is just me personally, I don't want to rely on just 2 tanks every week because it's easy to prep for. I know that Mon's coming. And if that Mon's coming, then it's going to be Gourgeist, but I can cover it with the fire. weakness, you know?
I'm not gonna lie. Looking at this team a second time, I might have ranked it a little high.
But like getting
But I really like it overall. I
no,
think if he brings good sets, this team will. I believe in Byron. I believe in Byron this season. Just so you know,
no.
Byron.
So the whole team hits hard. It really does. Like other than Skarmory and I think Gorgeist, the whole team hits really hard or can hit really hard.
I think
So
Gorgeist has a pretty decent attack
yeah,
though. Like Seed Bomb will do a little bit.
I think I think the only thing I don't another little thing that flaw is just because of our draft, the whole Snorlax Z, which is great. You know, get you have Snorlax, get the devastating
I have
pancake and stuff
I
like
have
that.
no idea. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't pay attention during like the specific Z moves. So I have no idea what that does.
It
I'm
just
guessing it's just like a really great body slam.
yeah, you have to. It's off a Giga Impact, and it does like I don't know 200 damage and stuff like that. But the only problem with that is like I know that Pokemon can only use that Z move. That's my only problem with taking individual Z moves. Like so, I'm gonna be prepped for it. I know what it is. Now, I will have a ghost on my type for that. You know, I will be ready for it. That's my only problem with that. So the Z move, I'm never gonna be a fan of a single Pokemon getting a Z move like that.
So the man who doesn't have a Ghostmon on his team is gonna bring a Ghostmon.
Oh, I'll get a
Is that what you're
Ghostmon by
telling me?
that time. Don't worry about that. I'll drop someone.
Okay. Okay.
I'll get sick and
That's what you
tired of
think. That's what you
Wigglytuff
think.
not performing like it should and pick up
We're
some
gonna
kind
have
of
like Mischievous.
Guzman.
No,
Yeah.
Mischievous is in Gen 1.
Nah, I'll get Hunter. I'm
No.
good. I'll take
Mischievous,
Hunter.
Mischievous. I was looking at Mischievous earlier, and it gets some fun stuff, and
Oh,
it's decently bulky with Evilite.
God, definitely. So moving on to
We got
our
number 7,
yeah, which is
Tempest.
we have Tempest. Yeah, I believe I have Tempest rated higher than you do. I have him rated at number 4.
What do you have him rated at?
4.
See, I like this team a lot, but I still had him as like 8.
Oh, so what didn't you like about it?
So he's got a lot of mons. I feel that like are pretty strong, but like are really weak to certain things. So for example, I think I feel like Lando T is gonna be people are gonna bring HP Ice against him every week because he doesn't really have anything else to stop that. Um, Bisharp's pretty good, but again, I feel like a lot of stuff gets fighting coverage, or if you have like Mach Punch, it's gonna be beat up. Galvantula, I feel like is a little overrated. It might work really well on this team. We'll have to see. But I know, for example, like I faced a team recently who had Lando T and Galvantula, and like it didn't scare me as much as I thought it was going when I started prep.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of these mons like work really well individually, but might have problems gelling together to have to beat a full team.
So I really like this team, and the reason why is because you just maybe it's like what you just said. Individually, these mons are scary because they're like Lando's the best to me. It is literally the best. Like you know they're gonna have HP fires, and he has it
It's the
covered.
number one mon. Yeah.
Now with the whole sticky web with Galvantula, I agree. I'm always like, I don't want to take that tier 3 when I could go get something else in one of the later tiers if I want sticky webs and stuff like that. I'll never understand that. But Bisharp, if that thing gets going, it's good. And it's not like you're gonna will-o-wisp it because he has Feeny, you know. And then if you want to mock punch it,
Mm-hmm.
then Kafka Grigus comes in, which is like one of the most underrated like Tanksmon out there.
It shouldn't be tier 4 in my
It
opinion. It
shouldn't
should be
be
a tier
tier
3 mon.
4. And it gets access to toxic spikes, and you can do
It's
like
toxic
Trick
sites, it's run
Room,
trick
Destiny
room.
Bond, Will-O-Wisp. You
Yeah.
could go Nasty Plot.
Nasty plot, yeah, it gets a lot.
Mummy's abilities just
Tank
dirty.
split.
Oh, God. And then Virizion, I never got to play with it. I want to play with it so much because that special defense and speed, I just want to. Oh, I feel like you just do so much, and then you have the SD set.
But okay, but again, that's something I just He's got a lot of 4-time weaknesses that scare me.
Well, if you have a lot of 4 times weaknesses, that's good. There's only so many
Not
hidden power
necessarily.
hidden powers you can run.
I think the problem though is like his 4 times weaknesses are very, very spammable moves. You got fighting, flying, and ground, which Mons get coverage for that all over the place and are spammable as all hell.
But I believe
the hidden power you're able to bring is hidden power ice every time.
Yeah. I believe he has the Mons to be able to work around it. And I love his speed tiers because he has really fast Pokemon too. And he brought sticky webs. I don't even know why he has sticky webs, to be honest.
He honestly doesn't need sticky webs on his team.
Legit doesn't need it. And
he might have been better off just grabbing a bulkier Mon in the tier 3.
Yeah. Also, I hope this man, if he wants help, hey, come talk to me. Aldino, I think, will be a surprise play. I think it has so much potential to be such a great tank Mon.
I think it's a lot like Looky, where it's going to surprise a lot of people. It's going to catch them off guard.
Yeah.
And they're going to hate the Witch Protect.
I hope that he makes it into a tier 4 with the regenerator and everything it does. It just... I wanted that Pokemon so bad. I was so sad when he got it so early and stuff like that. But it's good. Like, I think he was able to pick up... Someone dropped Sneasel. So he dropped Vanillix and got Sneasel, which I think is amazing too. That helps up. He does have the fighting weakness, but to me, he has the best... He has the best Mon for that. And that's Cockagrigus. And then he has Feeny. I totally forgot about Feeny.
Feeny went with T, and I mean, a lot of his Mons cover each other pretty well.
Like, I think you could have a lot of fun with the team, and I think you could do some cool stuff. And I think the best part...
I'm interested to see what his team ends up, because it might be individually the best team. Just like having best Mons overall.
Yeah, and I think the best part is that he can legit... You don't know what 6 he's bringing to every game. You know, like in the past teams that we talk about, I'm like, that guy's coming. This, I don't know what's coming.
I think this is why I have him ranked a little lower than you do. It's because I think Bisharp, Galvantula, and Tapu Fini are overrated Mons of their tier.
I definitely agree with the Galvantula stuff. Sometimes with Fini, I've never been well to play with Fini, but I've always had kind of problem playing against Fini. And Bisharp, I've never had a trouble with, but that's because the very first time I played against it, I got wrecked, and I said, for the rest of my life, this will never beat me.
I think he might have some problems with some bulkier teams not being able to toxic.
Yeah.
Or like run like status a lot.
Yeah.
I think that might hurt Kofagrigus a little bit too, not being able to status things.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be hard to play around. That's why I've never been good with Feeny, so we'll see. We'll see. So that should bring us to our number 6 spot, right?
Yep, and at number 6 we have Mandy, the Dictator.
The Dictator. I have Mandy ranked personally the 5th best team in our league.
I don't know how she ended up at number 6. I have her at number 4.
You have them before. It's just, hey, the other people.
I don't know how she
higher ranked.
I guess.
Guess. Yeah. So we both have her pretty high. So she first of all, she killed all our hearts.
She ruined my life with taking Clefable and Crobat.
Took Clefable round 1, and she was in Gen 2, and we were Gen 1ers, and we're like, oh, we want that Clefable. And I probably should have took Clefable first overall, but my love for Arcanine is too strong. But
even if she didn't take Clefable, I probably wasn't getting it. I think Byron was going to take it. But at least I'd have Sylveon.
Yeah, it's such a great Mon. It's like legit can bail you out of any situation.
Honestly, I'm a believer now in Clefable. I've used it now in the draft league, and I'm a believer.
You do so much different things. But in general, I like the whole team. I'm like, Mandy's really good at drafting.
It's a very Mandy draft.
Yes.
It's a solid team.
Yeah.
From top to bottom. You see a lot of value. You see so many good picks.
Yeah, like Donphan.
Mandy always has a way of making her drafts come out better than other people's.
Yeah. Donphan's amazing. I think it's the best spinner out there. And the coverage move.
Upset. Donphan is my favorite tier 3 Pokemon, and I really wanted it.
It's wow. I'm gonna tell Arcanine you said that. Just let you know.
I've just accepted I'm never getting Arcanine in the draft because of you and Kinnickris.
Yeah. Then Crobat, so good. Miss Magius, we were talking about Mischievous. Miss Magius gets all that, but a little bit faster. Has great coverage move. I mean, great coverage move. I don't even know why this thing gets like Power Gem. Why?
Yeah, you always bring up Power. It gets Power Gem, Thunderbolt. I think it gets like Energy Ball, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think the only coverage move off the top of my head I don't think it gets is Ice Beam.
Yeah. And then she picked up Ursaring, which I think is great to go to break walls. Because since it's a gut user, you throw it in against a defensive mon that needs like to toxic something or burn something or something like that. And you sit in front of it, and that tank Pokemon's not going to do shit to Ursaring. And then you just set up with a Swords Dance and you just facade and go quick.
She also has
a
Normalium Z too.
Oh god, don't tell me that. That could be devastating. That would be the worst.
I'm a little interested. So I know Normalium Z has a lot of awesome uses and like a lot of people like running it. I don't see anything on her team off the top of my head that gets like a really great move under it, but we'll have to see what she does.
I was really thinking about taking it, and I've saw so many moves with so many different Pokemon. You can do some fun stuff with it. So she'll be able to do something with it.
I'm sure at least one or two of her mons have moves where it'll boost their speed or their attack, special attack, that kind of thing.
Man, I hate looking at her team because it's like so good. I'm looking at Vaporeon's fat ass over there. And then so many mons that can just hit so hard. Good utilities, fast taunter, spinner, priority.
I think the only thing I don't like about it is I don't see like a good special wall.
Vaporeon. That thing's special.
Right.
That thing's special defense and HP.
I think she's a little fire weak too.
You got Dragon, you got Fire.
Maybe
Pokemon,
not fire weak, but
I know what you mean. Maybe, well,
it's fire. Fire is very spammable against her.
I mean, with Entei and Drudicon, the only Pokemon he has weak and Feetpoint, I don't even believe that, because the only Pokemon weak to fire is gonna be Jirachi and Lilligant, but you're not gonna see Lilligant all the time. And you know what? Screw Jirachi. I have not won one draft league game when I ever went against a Jirachi. I'm so sick of that mon. I need to draft it.
Hack speed skill 100% of the time.
Oh god.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to deal with that shit too. That's gonna suck.
I'm sure Jirachi gets some annoying ass Normalium Z move.
Yeah, we don't have Omni boosting, right? He can't just Z hyper out. Yeah, no,
I think it's either like Happy Day or Celebrate or something BS like that.
Yeah, I think she has a real solid team, real good, and Mandy's been getting really good at battling. She's gonna do good. Wait, does Lilligant get does that thing get Quiver Dance?
Yes, it does. Hate her. It's a Quiver Dance.
See, that's a great thing to do with like a tier 5 mon. Like you need a tier 5 mon. Pick a mon that has setup sweeping
Shell Smash, just Shell Smash or Quiver Dance.
Yeah.
In the tier 5.
Because at the very least, people have to prep for it, and that's a pain in the ass when you have to prep for it. Ugh.
I almost grabbed another Shell Smash mon. I almost grabbed Corby. And I was like, I'm going to have a special Shell Smasher, and I'm going to have a physical Shell Smasher, and I'm just going to smash my way to victory.
Dang it. All right. So let's move on into our top 5.
We got number 5.
Which is going to...
Daddy Dark.
Daddy Dark. Oh. Back from a long leeway of playing Pokemon.
Hiatus, yeah.
And I'm so excited
we both had him ranked pretty high. I had him at number 6.
I had him at number 3.
The changes he made to the team.
Had him at number 3. So, just let everyone know, fucking Dark just talks shit about his team all the time. He hated it when he was drafting it. He was hating it. And He
It's
was
okay.
he
I
was
hated it when he was drafting it.
well because he was planning on memeing out with Lucy, and he was building a team around Mega Camel. So the best thing that ever happened to him was someone stole Mega
Mega
Camel.
Camel being sniped
Yes.
honestly made his team so much better.
Oh, because then right after we were allowed to make any free free picks right after that wouldn't cost us during the season, and he like dumped 5 mons and picked up 5 great mons to put
You
on
got
this
like
thing.
Volcanion, Mamoswine. What else was
Cartana,
Cortana late? Like after the draft, these mons were available
yeah,
and in his lap.
yeah, and then
I would like to say one thing though. Volcanion was not even on the tier list. So I mean that mon was on the tier list until the end of the draft.
it
So,
it it got dropped down to tier 2 too. So it's a
it's a tier two
amazing.
mon in my opinion, but it's
Um,
it's a good value
yeah.
tier two.
Oh yeah, it hits so hard, and I've talked about this. You open up with Volcanion, you put your opponent in a very bad situation because you don't know what it is, and it hits way too hard.
I think it pairs great with Cortana too.
Oh yeah, oh, it's
Fire moves will probably do like 5.
he did so amazing, and then he also got Mamoswine with the free pick, and this was all done because he took Mega Aldino.
After the draft, and along with a mon that probably shouldn't be tier 4 mega, that's gonna hurt people.
Yeah,
This mon is gonna wish pass to victory.
yeah, it's gonna help him out so much because that's a good support to help out the extra points that he got, mons that he got. Mamoswine, scary, hits real hard.
I think that along with his like gen picks, he was gen 3 and he ended up getting Latias and Milotic, which are disgusting, bulky.
he got really good defensive mons in his gen picks, I feel, or utility
And like
mons.
I don't like using this mon, but Roserade is amazing with that technician hidden power it can use.
That it gets spikes.
Gets spikes, it gets toxic spikes, doesn't it?
Yeah, it gets toxic effects. It has natural curl. I think it gets
Yeah.
synthesized. You can run it like specially attacking. You can run it more tanky.
Then
Milotics.
along he's got Swallow and Sableye too. He's got that Prankster Sableye. Should be interesting.
Yeah. And
And
then
he's got Manectric, a pretty good Pokemon in tier 5.
he actually does not have Manectric anymore. He dropped that
Oh, he
for
dropped that. What?
for Mawile.
Oh, he did tell me about that.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah,
Which
I'm interested to see what he did. Small while.
which we were talking about it, and he wanted a good rocker. And I was like, well, you could Intimidate, get rocks out. I'm like, wow, Mawile gets a lot of other moves that you wouldn't expect, and it can do a lot of good things because Mawile's stats are bad, but if he's going to use it as a utility, it's going to be great. It's really going
But
to be good.
I'm interested to see what he does with Latias this season with the Psyche MZ.
Oh
Because
yeah,
not only will he be able to run the Z Psychic, but Latias gets a lot of moves that get boosted, give boosted stats with the Z move. So we'll have to see. We'll have to watch out for that.
yeah. He got the best spinner to me, or the second best spinner. Hit him on top. You get to come in, only take 6% damage, and you have great priority, and you get Intimidate or Technician.
Great with that.
Both
Or Technician.
Because
I believe it was this league where I ran Adamant full attack Technician and was able, I think, to one shot Mega Gardevoir after rocks. It was amazing.
Yeah, I played with this, love this spinner because you put an assault vest on it because it's really tanky with the assault vest. You have rapid spin.
And even if you don't, like just run it with like rapid spin and toxic, and it just cleans up.
Well, the good thing too is you get the ghost Pokemon that try to block you right from your rapid spin. But if you go to Technician and I think it's Thief with the dark move, oh, you start to do damage. And if you lost your item because you got knocked off, because you throw that thing in on a knockoff because it's a fighting Pokemon, you're not going to take that much damage. You get to steal their item. It's so good.
Great mon, underrated tier 4 in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just he did. Dark did such a great job, and when he watched this video,
I
he's gonna
think
be like, "Nah, my team is shit." And I'm like, "Hate
he
you."
fixed. I think he went from a meme team to a serious team very fast, and it's going to be a very scary team.
Yeah, definitely. Really excited to have him back. Really
Okay.
excited.
Yeah, I love Dark. Love his accent, obviously.
We gotta have
Best
him.
part.
We have to have him come
I
on.
love.
Make us.
Also love him in voice chat arguing with Mandy and why she's wrong and why the council's wrong. And when he actually gives arguments where we're just bullshitting and just making crap up, he has actual arguments. I really like that about him.
Yeah. It's gonna have fun. It's gonna be fun watching him play.
Okay, we should get moving on to number 4.
Yep, number 4 is Ninetales.
Yeah, we wanted to rank him last because it's Ninetales, but we decided that his team was a little too good for last.
Yeah, it's. I mean, is it though? Let's be honest. I only had
We
him
could
ranked.
try. We could. Let's just redo the rankings
Well,
and put him last.
well, you had him ranked higher than I did. I had him ranked at 7th.
I ended up BS aside. I really liked his team overall.
Yeah, you ranked him what, number 2?
Also, was number 2. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. You got Ninetales over here running with the sand. All right, and when I first saw this, I'm like,
Where do you have him ranked? Because you probably are 6. You have him ranked 6
I
or
have
something
him
like
ranked
that.
7th.
Yeah. So you didn't like his team as much as I did at all.
No, I do like his team, but if you could play around the weather, you're good. And the one thing I didn't like, I don't like his
I don't think
hazard.
he even needs weather. He doesn't really need weather. I didn't see this until just now, but I really like Terrakion and Sand. I really
Yes.
like that.
Yes. Oh, you make that thing so bulky and sand. That's why I like it so much.
It's
And
not going to be like who cares about psychic, you know?
yeah, like
It doesn't
so
kill me.
in I think
Catch these hands.
season 1 of the UPL, I had a sand team, right? And I only lost one game in the whole regular season, and Scotland was amazing for me. He legit was able to weaken every single Pokemon and then Excadrill. And I never even brought Sandrush Excadrill. I just brought a Scarf Molebreaker Excadrill to sweep everything out. So when I see this, what I see is Scotland weakens everything. Scarf Terrakion comes in the sand and
Beats
just
everything.
it scares the shit. Oh, it's so dirty.
I think the thing that upset me the most though about his draft is he was the first one to end up picking a Z Crystal, I believe, and he grabbed Ground EMZ.
Mm-hmm.
But I really believe he should have grabbed normal EMZ and gotten those Z workups with Stoutland.
Yeah, that's always good. I thought he did a great job because we talked about this, how his like fast mons are weak to earthquake, but I think he did a perfect job at covering that up because
Oh my god.
he has
Hippowdon won't get touched. Shaman won't get touched.
Yep.
UC gets Levitate, I believe.
Yep.
Mantine immune.
Yep.
Rotom immune.
Pinsir couldn't even take one.
Pinsir will take one. I'm a little interested. I really wanted Pinsir, but he took it before I did, so I'm a little interested to see what he does with it.
Yeah, Moxie, Guts, always scary.
That's another thing. Pinsir gets a Z move that boosts speed by 1. It's with Normalium Z, so I wanted to run that and Swords Dance and then try to beat stuff. Yeah. So I'm a little sad he didn't do that because I really wanted him to do it.
Yeah, then with the Mega Altaria, you never know what's going to come.
About Mega Altaria.
Never know what's going to come. You don't know if you're going to get special attacking, physical attacking, or like a tanky set. You never know.
My biggest problem though is I felt like his offensive mons were a little weak to Bullet Punch.
Yeah, I see that a little bit. But he has good defensive mons to switch in on that.
He does have good mons, but I feel like if it's late in the game and he needs Altaria to sweep, it's Bullet Punch is going to stop that. And Terrakion's not going to want to take a Bullet Punch. Gengar definitely doesn't want to take one because it's so weak physically.
Yeah, but
a lot of the mons will take it pretty well.
Yeah, he has a lot of. He did a good job. It was like a good, well balanced stuff. My flaws with it, what I don't like is he gets rocks put up against him. His only way of getting rid of rocks are having his 2 like Pokemon that are weak to coming in rocks, so you lose 25%, and then you have to defog.
I feel like Mantine doesn't care that much because like if it comes in on a special mon, like it's gonna take like 5.
Yeah. But
if
see,
you have that 140 special
with
defense,
me, and this is gonna be another problem with me when I play against him. I'm gonna get up rocks just to get Mantine in, and I'm gonna have Toxic in all of my Pokemon. The same thing goes with Hippowdon. I need a Toxic that stuff. Cause what? The only heal builder he has is his Mega Pokemon.
I believe that is correct. I believe that's the only mon that gets that.
I don't know if Yuxi does.
I don't think so. It would be run more often.
Yeah, I don't see it that much. But so that's a big flaw that he can have. Like we can wear down his tanks.
Very toxic weak. You're correct.
Yeah. And then the only other Pokemon that aren't weak to toxic is Gengar and Heatran, which are both weak to ground.
The ground.
So if you go toxic ground,
Garchomp was toxic.
Yeah. But all around, he has great tanks. He has great offensive presence. He has good utility. He covers himself really well on everything. He has a good team. I have him low because I hate him. It's as simple as that.
We wanted to rank him last, but we just didn't have any reasoning to,
yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, you did a good job. I can't wait to see him week 5.
Yeah. Can't wait for him to lose all his games.
Oh, I can't wait for it.
Okay, so who do we have at number 3?
We have Frozen at number 3, who we are a little different on.
Kind of the opposite of Ninetales, where I have him low, you have him high. I got him at number 7.
And I have him at number 1. To me,
when a little different.
Oh my god. So I got on here and I'm like looking at my computer screen, have my chin on my hand. I'm just looking at the team and I'm all like, okay, whatever. Like I'm not seeing anything special at first glance. And then I'm just like trying to think what I would bring if I was him. And then I'm just seeing all how he can cover his weaknesses, how he can play it. And I'm like, oh my god, this team is like synergizing so well with each other. Like every mon on there can really hit hard. Like I don't see a mon other than a Quagsire, which is mainly just a mon just to say, fuck you, I'm here to stop you from whatever you're going to try to set up on me and stuff like that. And I like his speed tiers, and then he also got sticky webs with it. So he made other Pokemon like Gallade really a thing, because if Gallade can get going, that mon can hit really hard. T-Tar is a really underrated Mega to me. I don't think it gets used enough. It's really bulky, and it can hit hard. It gets Dragon Dance. You got Napoleon, who's a great defogger and put up rocks. All right. You got Gliscor, which has great recovery, gets up rocks, can do a lot of damage, can be so toxic just as a mon. It's ridiculous. He has a great Pursuit Trapper and another bulky mon into Dusknoir. He has Latios, who is fast and could do a whole bunch of stuff. Great coverage. You also have Infernape. Like, I like it so much. When I first saw it, I didn't see it. And then when I'm sitting here and just thinking about it, I love it. I just love it. And then he got a good, to me, one of the, like, I would say top 5 Z-Stones in the Dragonium NZ to go with Latios. I don't know. You talk.
So upset. I wanted that Dragonium Z so bad. I only run Z Outrage. That's my only Z move I ever run. I love it. Kills Watermons that stop me from sweeping. I'm upset. But anyway, I see what you're saying. I really like a lot of this team. I mean, I'd have to like at least some of it to get them all the way up to 7. I've used Infernape and Latios, and I just feel like while they're good mons, they get set up, they have wall breaking potential and sweeping potential. They just don't do enough for me. I feel like in a lot of situations, they just aren't necessarily the best tier 1 Mon. So have to have both of them on one team. I just feel like they're both kind of frail, and they just don't do enough for me. I agree. I like T-Tar on his team. I wish he would have grabbed like at least like a low tier sand abuser, maybe like Stoutland or something like that,
Or
or like
Lycanroc.
or one of Lycanrocs. Yeah, I feel like that would have made it a little better. I just feel like T-Tar synergizes really weird on his team.
I mean, I can see that. I mean, like, he does have immunity to it, but with T-Tar, you're only having to stand up for 4 turns, and one of the turns is when you come in. So, like, it's not going to be a big deal. He has good priority too, and then he has a Quiver Dance.
What's he got? He's got Mach Punch.
He has Mach Punch. He has Fake Out. He has Shadow Sneak from 2 different mons.
What was it Fake Out on?
The Ambipom. Stab Fake Out with Technician. Oh.
Ambipom's, again, though, a lot of the offensive presence I see are very, very counterable. Like, you don't have... I feel like I don't have to try that hard to counter Infernape. I don't have to try that hard to counter Latios. I don't have to try that hard to counter, like, Ambipom. T-Tar is a little different story. A lot of these mons under webs are a little different story. We'll have to see.
Yeah,
I think he has great speed tiers under webs, so he could. We'll see how he plays. I've heard he's becoming a much better coach overall.
He has.
So we'll see.
He might
move up the rankings really fast.
He has 5 defoggers as well. He's just. I thought he did really good.
3, 4, 5. Yeah.
He has a
lot of hazard control.
Yeah, he has good ways to negate earthquakes and negate volt switching too. It's just I like it. I just really like the team, and I hope to see him good. I have not seen him play in like forever, so I hope puts it together.
My thing, look at mons that get water and ice against him. I feel like Empoleon can stop it.
I feel like Napoleon could stop it. I feel like
maybe Ribombee, maybe Quagsire.
Quagsire could take it. I don't know about Ribombee. I do think Dusknoir will be able to take it because that thing is really bulky, and we have to remember.
I think any like bulky Watermon will put in a lot of work against it. So for example, how does he beat a bulky Watermon?
Toxic. This is what you do with everything. I mean,
just run toxic.
I mean, he does have what's it called?
Rotom
to get in there, cause pressure.
If you switch out and you catch a Leaf Storm against something that's not very effective against,
we also have to remember that with like Mega T-Tar, even though it's like weak to water, but when the sand's up and its def is 120,
it still does
its
nothing.
HP is 100. And then it's gonna has that 164 attack. It's like
how many mons do I have that get Brick Break? these are my questions.
Yeah, but then like you talk about Brick Break, right? Look at all the mons he has that don't give a shit about Brick Break.
Okay, let's see what my Magmortar does to his team. We'll see.
because I know for sure Glycer's taking it, Dusknoir, Quagsire, even Latios, even Ribombee, even Glade can take a break. It's like
I think this team is good. I don't think it's top 5 material.
You just don't. You don't trust the mons.
Change my mind.
You don't trust the mons.
I don't trust the mons. I don't trust them.
All right, let's move on.
I love Glycor. I love Latios. Love Ribombee.
I'm tired of talking about Aussie people.
Yeah, you're right. Let's move on. We got number 2,
which is another across the pond people and our Germany friend of Nikora.
My other man love of this league.
I
know what it is. I had Nikora ranked first overall. I don't know why, but I always fall in love with his drafts. If I could trade my team for his right now, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, like I think in all the UPL seasons, he's always legit been top like 2 in drafts. Always. That's a great thing. You have him ranked number 1, right? But I have him ranked all the way down to 6. I think out of all his drafts,
I think you're crazy.
I think
that's just my opinion.
I think out of all his drafts, this has been his worst ones. But that's only because
you could say that about a lot of people.
Yeah, but I don't know. Convince me. Tell me why it's so amazing.
Okay. I don't. Tell me how you want to beat Ferrothorn and Alamola. Tell me how you want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that any day of the week. I fucking Tyler Pearl ran that against me, and season 2 of the UPL, and I was struggling, I was crying, didn't like what was happening. It was a rough life.
Yeah, but it's rough.
If he can keep those 2 mons away from their weaknesses, he will be able to stop anybody.
Yeah.
And then he's got something like Victini. Victini is just god damn hard to prep for. Like, I just remember every time I prep for Victini, I like look at my main wallet and see, oh wait, V-Create does over 50. Well, GG every time I play Victini.
Yeah, definitely.
I love those 3 mons on the same team, and you got that as your fire, water, grass core. Like, it's great. It's wonderful. Love to see you be it. The only thing I don't like about it is I feel like it's a little knockoff week. But then you got stuff like Mawile and Crook who won't care. But bringing that, he's got the offense is a little unusual for the core. He's got mons here that will really be good offensive mons. Scolipede, absolutely in love with. I think it's probably the highest or the most underrated tier 2 mon. It's really frail at times, but if you can bring it in and get Swords Dance up, you have the ability to sweep any team. It's great. Como was underrated. I don't know. I feel like Haxorus is the better Dragon Dancer, so I don't know why this one's tier 2 and Haxorus is tier 3. I feel like they should both be tier 2 or both tier 3. But anyway, Como is amazing. It's pretty great Dragon Dancer. The only problem it has is like it can lose to Psychic and Flying, which are pretty spammable.
Yeah.
And they aren't as spammable against the core as they are other teams, so we'll have to see. And then he's got fun mons and tornadoes with Prankster, Tailwind, stuff like that.
No, he doesn't get Prankster Tailwind. Wait, yeah, he does. I was thinking about Prankster Z Tailwind.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, look it up. It's so much fun.
I don't want to. Anyway, so Tornadoes gets the Tailwind, it's got the Defog. I found his hazard control to be a little weak.
Yeah,
especially with something like Scolipede that wants to remain at full. And Victini, who will take 25 coming in.
So that's where I start my hating on his team, is because his only way to get rid of Rocks or Spikes, because Spikes does do a good damage against him, and Rocks does, are again a flying Pokemon and an ice Pokemon that comes in and takes 25%.
Torn is definitely an overrated defogger because of the 25 it takes and it not having reliable recovery.
Yeah, it's not like, Torn T where you get Regenerator, so you get in, get rid of Spikes, get out, and stuff like that. My other problem with it is, surprisingly, his walls. Yes, his walls, amazing. Top tanks, just monster tanks. The problem with it, it's the only ones he has. I know those mons are coming. I will have a plan for it. When you only have 2, he only has 2, you should be able to prep for it. This is a draft league.
Well, if you have a decent electric mon with HP Fire, you'll be able to do
and that's where the problems comes to because of that. Because it's easier to prep for, so you just need a mon that, like you said, good electric move with HP Fire and stuff like that. And it's not that hard to play around. My other thing, too, with this team is I believe his only heal beller is Alamola. So that sucks because I know a lot of what Alamola sets are Scold, Protect,
always
Wish.
Scold, Toxic Protect,
yeah.
Wish.
So now you got to take one of those out because you don't want your Mega Wow, who is a monster, who I wanted so bad in this draft, who's a monster, to get Will-O-Wisp. Now what are you gonna do? A lot of his Pokemon don't want to get Will-O-Wisp.
I think one thing I wish is I wish he would have grabbed a bulky Trick Room setter.
That could be good too, because Exploud is a good wall breaker, but
yeah, I feel like
same thing.
I wish he grabbed something like P2, or like maybe if he got Uxie for the draft sometime, or like even Mesprit.
Yeah, that would
I feel like
help.
there's a bunch of
He needed something like that. He doesn't have that on his team at all, and it's gonna suffer for it because he doesn't have good hazard control. He has only 2 tanks. He doesn't have a support mod. I feel like he has good offense, and I think the Poison Z is really good because it'll really work well on Komodo and Scolipede. That'll help out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, this is definitely the kind of team that I would have drafted, so maybe that's why I have it ranked so highly.
Yeah, and then his speed is fine to me. Like I'm okay with all the speed he has because he doesn't have anything elite, but he doesn't have anything like just god
Well,
awful.
he's got like 100 Victini, and then Sculpede's 112, and then he got speed boost.
Yeah,
and Como's
well he has
185
100.
plus Dragon Dance.
Yeah, so I'm cool with everything he has on there. I just
Zeb Strika is like 115.
how is he gonna keep rocks off? How is he gonna keep spikes off? How is he gonna heal his Pokemon? Like that's where my issue with it. Like
I think I agree completely. If like for example, you bring something like if he was playing Ninetales, if Ninetales brings Hippo in and just spams rocks, like I don't think Nakora would be able to stop that.
Yeah, how is he gonna kill it? How the hell is he gonna kill it? What is on his team that kill it? Just his 2 tanks, right?
Ferrothorn probably doesn't beat 1v1.
Yeah, but his best chance is what, Alamola and Ferrothorn? I guess
and to beat it with Alamola, you have to bring Heal Bell.
Yeah. Because he's gonna toxic it. And then it's gonna be annoying because he's just gonna roar every time. And then what, slack off. Oh god, like see that scares me a little bit. I don't know what he's gonna do about it. But we both have him rated high, and he's a good battler. He has. I feel like we're being a little maybe I'm being a little too rough on it. I'm being a little too.
I think you're being too rough. I'm being too high.
Yeah,
I definitely agree. Maybe like 3 or 4 would have been a better position.
Yeah, but
we agreed a little more.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. But that's why I like
overall. This is a great team.
That's why I like how we're doing this because we're different, so we get a better. I feel of where the team should be.
We'll see. I think overall this team will put in a lot of work, and I think we probably should move on to number 1. I think everyone probably knows who it is now.
Well, what if you don't, play in our league? Then you don't know who it is.
Why would they be watching this video?
Well, we got some nice voices. I guess not.
Yeah, you got that sexy 80-year-old voice going on.
Wow. So number 1 is our dude Killer. And I have him ranked number 2, and you have him ranked.
I had him pretty low. I had him at 5, I think.
So that's still pretty high, yeah. So with him, he started his draft with Coco, and you're never gonna go wrong when you have Coco.
Well, he got Coco Lucha. Like I feel like if you grab Coco Lucha, you're gonna be in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, that's really hard to deal with. Whenever you get Lucha, they need to train. So, yeah, I mean, you're right on that. I think he has good pivot mons too, because with Incineroar and Serena and Tornadus T, they just U-turn, get Intimidate, U-turn, Regenerator, U-turn, Spin, U-turn.
I don't even know how many mons does he have to get pivot ability. Like he's got 1, 2, 3.
I think he has 4.
4.
Right?
Yeah. I don't. What he traded out Mudsdale for something? What did he trade out Mudsdale?
No, he kept Mudsdale. He still has Mudsdale on his team, I think. Because I went to go look and I couldn't find anything in the trade. But
definitely gonna double check that because I don't think he kept it.
Oh, okay. You should totally double check that. But then he also has like Necrozma, who you could do so much stuff to. So if you could pivot into it and set up on it, be nice. I do like that he got the Flying MZ. That's really good for Tornadoes, Teas, and Hurricanes, and Brave Birds from Tapu Koko. And I guess Halucha. I didn't even think about. Nah, Halucha's never gonna run it. He's gonna be unburdened. But it's always good. Megastilix as a tier getting those extra points, and it's really tanky and stuff. He has Frost Slash. You get Spikes, Destiny Bomb, Stab Ice. It's good. The only mon I really don't like on the team is like Tentacruel, I would say. I'm
We
not.
need to keep it. I'm not saying anything in the transactions.
Yeah, Tentacruel's the only mon that I don't like. I don't see it as that good of a mon. He already
I
has a
think he
good.
just wanted a spinner, maybe.
He had Serena though.
I don't know. I just
Another one. Maybe he wanted poison mon, toxic spikes. I could see that being useful. I just
there's a. I don't play Tentacruel very often. Does it get like recover or anything?
not that I know of. I know it gets liquid ooze. That's why you put black sludge on it and hope someone leech seed you. So be ready for that if you take Venusaur with leech seed. But
I honestly don't see why he grabbed Tentacruel.
yeah, I don't.
I
That it's just really weird to me. I think he already had a water type, and it's not even like Tentacruel is a bulky water type because it has good special defense, but its defense is just so bad.
Yeah, I don't see what it does for him.
No.
He's not like it's like another earth weak or ground weakness, which I feel like he's already kind of
he has
bundling
4.
up those.
Yeah, he has 4 of them with that. But he has good resistance. He has 2 flying Pokemon. He has Serena. Mudsdale will come on and take an earthquake like nothing. This defense is up.
+1 and
Yeah.
don't even care.
But yeah, I still don't get it. Like that's the only thing. Like I understand everything. I think he'll be well with everything that he has. Good pivot. As long as he pivots.
This is another Z move I really wanted. Fly MZ.
Oh yeah,
really wanted that.
That would have been amazing for a lot of Gyarados users and stuff like that.
Oh man, he's never gonna miss a hurricane. You got Braybird and Koko. You got something on Lucha.
Yeah, it's just
sure gets some move.
It's like, what do you like? His team, I don't see it as like super elite because I don't think either of us has a number 1. But I just see
how is it not super elite if you have number 2?
I have number 2 because it's solid. Like, it's gonna be hard. Like I don't see. I see good setup, and I can see damage, but I also see good like ways to take damages. Like, I just see it good. I just hope he changes out Tentacruel.
I'm interested to see how he uses Necrozma. Necrozma is one of those mons that can make or break a season.
Yeah.
How you use it.
And that's what I would be scared of. I hate going against pivot teams because if he can pivot and then get into Necrozma and start setting up, that's gonna suck. Like a lot, you know.
The only problem I see is besides Koko Lucha, I don't see a lot of wall breaking potential right off the bat.
No, not like hard hitting, but I feel like the team can wear him down. I think that's the whole point of it. Yeah, it's
definitely people are gonna get frustrated facing this team because you're gonna try to. You can't even make predictions because he's just gonna pivot you.
Yeah, that's why I feel like if he would drop Tentacruel and pick up another mon that likes taking rocky helmets, or put a rocky helmet on that mon, and you just keep on chipping away, and then all these people are turning, it's gonna suck. It's like, what are you gonna do? Like I think that's all he needs. He needs like one more just like asshole mon. What's out there?
Well, there's stuff left over like Kiram. That could have been good.
Oh god.
Lucario.
Give him good priority with Lucario. He could blow stuff up with Enbor if you wanted to.
He could run Slurpuff and have web. So he already has 2 of the faster mons.
Yeah.
And Torrentee and Koko. feel like Tyrantrum could have been good because then he has some wall breaking potential.
Yeah.
Or if you just wanted more utility, there's Whimsicott too.
Or take Primarina. Primarina hits like a truck. Good typing too. Like, I don't know.
I think the reason he took it is because he was scared of being poison weak, maybe because of Coco and Sarina. I don't know. But he's got Steelix and Necrozma.
And Mudsdale. Mudsdale's resistant. Yeah,
Yeah.
it just, I don't know. It's a good team. Just one Pokemon kind of just like makes me like raise an eyebrow. But hey, he has a plan. He has more of a plan than what we do.
That is more than I wanted to draft with.
Yeah, like that's I can't wait to see. Maybe he just really wants toxic spikes and he wants a fast mon to do it.
Do you so I think we talked enough about the 18 people and their power rankings. Do you want to give your 8 names you think will make playoffs?
Yeah, how about you go first?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna first go low. I think Lucy or Hoobie makes it, and I'm gonna go Lucy, even though I have him ranked last. I think he makes playoffs.
So you don't think both of them makes it? You just think one of them does?
I think Hoobie has too many 4x weaknesses, doesn't have enough defense. I think he just misses out.
Okay.
I think I make playoffs, obviously.
Well, yeah.
I'm amazing.
Duh. Of course.
No brainer.
Yeah.
I will find a way to take this trash team to playoffs. Promise. I think you make playoffs.
Well, yeah, because
for sure.
I've never not made playoffs when I've stayed a full season.
I think you lose to Manny. In playoffs.
Well, yeah, that's 100% going to happen, but I'm still going to make playoffs.
There you go. And then I think it's going to be, after that, I'm going to say Killer, Mandy, Ninetales, Nakora.
So did you say Mandy or Manny?
Manny and Mandy. I think they both make playoffs.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so I'll go from top to bottom just to list out again. Nakora, Ninetales, Mandy, Killer, Manny, Theodore Manny, you, Rocky, me, and Lucy.
No, that's a good playoffs. That's a good playoffs.
I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Let's see. For me, so this is gonna be. Damn it! I don't want to say this, but this is what I feel. I really feel, for sure, Lucy's gonna make it in. All right. I don't want to say this, but Hoobie's gonna make it in.
Oh, we got the 2 worst teams making it in.
Yes.
UPL, are you even?
That is my prediction. I predict both them to make it in. Of course, I'm gonna make it in. I think Manny's gonna make it in. All right. I do think Nakora will make it in. Ninetales will make it in. Mandy will make it in. And you will make it in. So the one big person that I feel should be in.
You're leaving out Killer right now.
I know. He's not the only one that I feel is really good that's not gonna make it. I think Killer's not gonna make it in, and I don't think Byron's gonna make it in.
Yeah, I feel like Byron just gets the worst luck, and I feel like that always just cuts him a little short on his playoff runs.
And then, like, we're talking about Byron and Killer not making it in. I'm excited to be back because I feel like out of all the seasons that we have played, this is going to be the most competitive one. All right.
So I haven't really played Frozen too much. Don't know anything about Tempest or Silent, so I'm interested to see how they play.
Yeah. Well, see, look I have Frozen as my number 1 team, right? He doesn't make the playoffs.
He doesn't make the playoffs, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Frozen, if you're listening to this, just know I don't believe in you either, but you can do it.
I honestly think I don't think there's. Let's see. I think there might just be one person, and I'm not gonna put him out there on the blast, but I think there's one person that doesn't have a chance, like absolutely no chance to make the playoffs.
100% Ninetales.
And I think everyone else has a chance. I think that's how competitive it is. So
I'm gonna go ahead right now and give you a black horse that makes playoffs.
okay,
Someone who comes out of nowhere, and I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, I again haven't seen them play, so I'm gonna say Tempest. I'm gonna say Tempest, even though he has a good team. Haven't seen him play.
oh,
Don't know anything about him. I think he has the best shot of people I didn't say to make playoffs.
I really like his team, and I can see that happening. Uh, yeah, I if I'm gonna pick a dark horse, I'm gonna take the cheap way out and take the rain team, just because it's a rain team. So
Well,
Bryce, you
Cal,
have a chance.
if you coach Bryce up like you did
Um,
that one season where he was dominating people, I think he has a chance.
well, I've already contacted him. He's contacted me. I will be helping him out as much as he needs. Hopefully, he stays in this whole season so he can ride his team out to victory.
Okay, I think one thing we should do lastly before we wrap this up
Okay,
is I want you to give me your offensive MVP and your defensive MVP.
like person or Pokemon?
Pokemon.
Oh shit. All right, so defensive MVP. I like defense. I think the defensive MVP is gonna be Toxapex. I think it's gonna be really hard for people to go through it without having with dealing with the grass terrain with Toxapex. So you're not just gonna be able to earthquake it. And then
Yeah, you won't be able to earthquake it at all.
yeah, and
It'd be
then
terrible.
Kid Icarus has I think a good job at stopping it with the electric weakness as well because he has a grass Pokemon, he has the ground dragon, he has Electros. That's going to be good. All he has to do is find a good, solid way to protect it with Psychic, and then it's amazing. I think it's going to be a pain. I think it's going to get toxic spikes up. It's going to have a Rocky Helmet, all that kind of stuff. I really think that will be a solid mon because the last time that it was in a full season of the UPL, it was a monster because it was on my team.
Okay, I'm gonna go probably a little bit of a cheap route here, but I'm gonna say Cresselia by Theodore
Oh
Manning. I
shit,
think
that's a good one.
I
That's a good one.
I,
Oh son of a
I've
bitch.
heard
I'm already
stories.
having
Cresselia
nightmares.
Cresselia is disgusting to begin with.
Mm,
Whoever let him draft this, Frozen. We tried to give you Cresselia. You should have just taken it and been happy that no one else had to deal with it.
I would have been happy.
Oh, I think Cresselia is gonna be the defensive MVP, and it's gonna make me cry. I have
Yeah.
to face it.
So offensive MVP. No one's gonna like this, and I don't give a shit. It's gonna be Arcanine. I swear to God, I'm gonna make it happen tonight this year. I'm gonna make it happen.
You heard here, boys and girls. It's gonna be Arcanine.
It's gonna be Arcanine. I'm putting it out there. I'm gonna make it the offensive
In the
MVP
books.
if it kills me.
Okay, if we're gonna be vain here and just name our mons, I'm gonna say the offensive MVP is gonna be Zygarde, 50%.
Zygarde. I'm gonna tell you this. Gyarados is gonna do better than Zygarde on your team.
I'd love to see that. Honestly, I'm guys. Don't listen. If you don't watch this video, great.
Yeah, be done.
I'm gonna bring Zygarde. I'm gonna bring Gyarados every week. Dragon Dance every week. Be prepared.
Every
But don't.
week.
So they get lots of kills.
Lots of kills. Oh god. No, okay. So to be on the real, if I had to pick an offensive MVP, other than, the great Arcanine, I think it's gonna be Charizard X. That mon.
Mega Charizard X by Byron.
Yep. To me it's the scariest mega out there.
Well, I think the worst part about that is I can see it being true just because he's gonna wear teams down with Mew, Sylveon, Skarmory.
Yes. And it's gonna be so rough.
Like it's hard enough to take on Mega Charizard X from full and like just having to deal with it normally. But having to deal with a Mew, Sylveon, Skarmory, even like Jolteon and like Nidoking, who you have to prep for and be scared of. I just feel like there's not gonna be enough there to stop it.
Yeah, I can totally see that happening, and I can see. Oh, I don't want it. Do I play him this year? I know we don't play him.
Here's my 1B offensive MVP. I'm gonna go Terrakion from the Rosemary Rotom's Ninetales.
And like we said, that and Sand That's gonna be hard to kill, and it's gonna be way
It's
too
not gonna
fast.
want like you. Honestly, he could run the scarf every week and it'll probably still get kills.
Yep, it will. It's the same thing. How I ran Scarf with Extra Drill.
It's not. It's just not gonna die to surf, to psychic. Like it's gonna be able to take the special attacks a little better, and I think that's gonna be awful for everyone involved.
Yep. Well, what else do we got?
I think that's wrapping it up.
Yeah.
I tried to add a few things in there at the end to surprise you, but I think that's it.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is the week 1. We'll come back, tell you how much everyone sucks in week 2 because we've got 6-0. Oh, I hope it's not me.
I don't even know who I faced week 1. This will be great.
Yeah. All right, then I'm gonna sign off. All right, later, guys.
GG. Bye bye. Good luck.